Shalom Israel, what's going on? We're coming live to you from the National Black Theater. We're about to make this presentation. I want to wish everybody, man, a happy Passover. May the Most High in Christ bless your Passover that day. And you brothers and sisters are going to see the film. I don't have too much to say. Just understand that when I put the presentation up, my man Polight's going to look kind of stupid. I say shalom with that.
If y'all saw the debate, my face was put up on the screen. And there was false information that was associated with my name. So what I'm here to do for the first 15 minutes of my presentation is I'm here to correct false information that was being presented. So the name of my presentation is called The Conspiracy to Destroy All Bibles. I need everybody in the audience to understand something for me. If there is a push to destroy any of the translations of the Bible, it is to destroy all Bibles. So when there's an attack on the King James Version of the Bible, you better believe that that is an attack on all Bibles, because the average person doesn't know the difference. So when they put down one Bible, they put them all down. So I need y'all to understand that. So although my presentation is speaking about the King James Bible, I want everybody to understand my stance. There is no English translation that can equate to the Hebrew. I'm going to say that again. There is no English translation that can equate to the Hebrew Bible. But when they attack any English translation, the unlearned of our people, they don't know the difference. So as far as they're concerned, if one translation is corrupt, they are all corrupt. And a lot of these guys that's pushing these false lies on the English translation, they know that. They understand that. So I'm here to defend the Bible. What Bible? All Bibles. That's what I'm here to defend. Look at my line. Next slide. I have a message to the conscious community. This is my message to them right there on the screen. And I want them to understand this. Message to the so-called conscious community. Don't lie to me unless you are absolutely sure that I will never find out the truth. The conscious community had the audacity on February 8th to lie about a book that costs less than $20.
Get him, man. Get him.
If you want to lie about a book that costs $1,000, because then I might not be able to afford to get that book. Lie about a book that costs $500, because I may not be able to afford that book. But these guys had the audacity to lie about a book that costs less than $20. Like I wasn't going to go out and get it and spank your behind about the lies that you're telling on the Bible. Next slide. All right, let's go. Now we got some work to do. I know. Hold on, brothers and sisters. I only got 30 minutes, so I need y'all to bear with me. Listen good to what I'm saying. Listen good to what I'm saying. Y'all apologize. I apologize for my passion, but I'm a passionate brother when it comes to defending truth. I'm passionate when it comes to defending truth. Now, this guy had the audacity to lie on a book that costs $20. And after the debate on February 8th, he put my image up on the screen and he outright lied. So before I can get into my presentation, the conscious community is deserving of me responding to what Brother Polight said about me on February 8th. Now, I've seen comments on YouTube videos where people are saying, well, you didn't answer the question about fairies. You didn't answer the question about fairies. You didn't answer the question about King James and the fairies. Well, guess what? I'm going to answer it today. APAC, which my brother Nasi gave him that title, and I agree with it. APAC is a damn liar. And I'm telling everybody in this room and everybody on the live stream that when Polight quotes a book, I would advise y'all to go get it. Because my man be lying like hell. Because he takes you guys for granted. what? Guess what? I went out and I researched what he said. And I'm here to tell you, he's a goddamn liar. And you're going to see that in a minute. All right? Now, I want you to pay attention before my brother Polight plays the screen. Brother Polight, you're about to play this video. Right? The quote that Polight says at 2 minutes and 21 seconds is not from the same book that he puts up on the screen. Because he's a goddamn liar. Again, this book only costs $20. Damn it, why did he lie about a book that costs $1,000, man? And I would have to be able to put him up on the screen and give him respect in public. So, Brother Polight, please play the video. On the left, please, play the video. I want y'all to pay attention now, because he's gonna make some statements. We have to go and check if his statements are true or not. Right. Play the video, Brother Polight, whenever you get a chance. On the left. The video on the left. Play the video on the left.
Huh?
There's no sound in the video? Oh, you gotta put the mic there. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Let's go. No problem. No problem. Let's go. Keep the cameras up on the screen. Let's put the mic there. Let's go. Where's the sound come through on Devon? Where's the sound come through on your computer? Let's go. Y'all see that? Video, look up on the screen. Y'all see that right here? The video up on the screen. Listen good. Pause the video. Pause the video. Pause the video. So y'all can make sure y'all get the screen. While our brothers is working on it, I want y'all to understand something. I'm gonna give it away early. Polight says that we should read page 116. What if I told you page 116 is not in that book? What would y'all say? He said read page 116. Page 116 is not in this book, so he is a damn liar. Let's go. One second, pause the video. I want to say something else. I want everybody to understand. Listen good to what I'm saying. Is everybody familiar with Isaiah 34:17? The Most High said he divides the prophecies amongst the prophets by line, meaning that every prophet had a piece of the puzzle. That is what Hebrew War Machine is about. Each one of us have a talent, and together we are unstoppable. The reason why I say that is this. I want y'all to pay attention closely. That's why I'm giving y'all a preview. You're gonna notice that when it comes to this particular book, Polight doesn't address me in the video because this is my area of expertise. He doesn't address me. He addresses Nasi. You know why? Because he's a damn coward. That's why. Because if he would address me, I would have cut him up in 1,000 pieces right in front of everybody in the goddamn debate.
Demonolgy by King James. Find that book for me, brother. This is interesting. You know what's inside this book? Find that book. Yo, all you gotta do is go to page 5.
Page 5. We'll go to page 5 in a minute.
And you need to read the King James version of the Bible.
I never said that.
The King James version. Out of the hundreds of different types of Bibles they got out there, once you read the King James version of the Bible.
I never said that.
But guess what? When King James, they told me during my time, when King James, they feel the pressure. When King James,
I see the little man. Which is the two fairies, he said.
King James wrote this shit because the two fairies back his ass down. In this book, King James believes in fairies, he believes in witches, he believes in warlocks.
Because Polight, in his extirpation video, he was talking about somebody that was getting emotional in the audience, and he was talking about me. Now, I was not getting emotional, but if y'all was listening, I was screaming out, what page? Why? Because the stuff that he's telling you is not in that book. And I knew he was lying, but he didn't address me, he addressed it Nasir. But this is my area of expertise. Just like all of us in the Hebrew War Machine have an area of expertise, this is my area of expertise. And Polight, being the coward that he is, would not address me directly. That's why he went to somebody else. That's right. Keep playing the video. Y'all hear that? Witchcraft was 20 to 1. Of those fully persecuted for witchcraft, between 80 to 90% were women. Do you know? Allah, stop the video. Stop the video. I don't know if y'all saw it. You don't have time. Y'all can watch this on video. If you get a close-up of the screenshot that he's showing you a screenshot that says page 116. Brothers and sisters, page 116 does not exist in that book. Keep playing the video. Keep going. How many people did King James say was persecuted? 80 to 90% of the women. So this means they murdered 80 to 90% of the women. Who did that? I see answer this question. You got my face up on the screen. You got my face up on the screen, but you asking I see a question. This dude is a damn coward, man. Next slide, Mala. Let's go, because I don't have much time. I don't want to take up more of my time. Next slide.
Next slide.
Now, we done with that. Let's go to the next slide. I think everybody got the point. Polight, if you watch, he got the point too. Somebody gonna tell him that I answered him. Because I never said on this channel the other day that the Hebrews have never answered the question. Well, I'm answering you now. Here we go. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14. Whether you are an Old Testament Israelite, whether you are a New Testament Israelite, this wisdom applies because it's just practical wisdom. It says that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. And you see I have an image there of like a magic trick. Because Polight is pulling some hocus on our people. He's telling you about page 116, but page 116 does not exist. That's why we have to check this man for every time. Listen, my personal opinion, this is me personally speaking, nobody else. Every time that man's mouth is open and his lips are moving, he's lying. That's my opinion. Next slide. Now, there are 3 tactics that the Kemetic community likes to use against the Bible. The first tactic they like to use is called ad hominems. What is an ad hominem attack against the Bible? An ad hominem consists of what? An argument or reaction arising from or appealing to the emotions and not reason or logic. When you talk about that King James was afraid of fairies or some garbage like that, you're appealing to people's emotions. You're not dealing with facts because that is not a fact. Next slide. Then we have ad hominem attacks. Ad hominem attacks clearly missing the point to draw attention away from the argument. So these guys clearly missed the point of what the Bible is about to draw attention away from the argument and make all these false, phony statements against the Bible because they are set up to destroy the Bible. That's what they're set up for. Polight is set up to destroy the Bible. I'm telling you straight, man. The man already told you that he's a Mason. He already told you that he's a Mason. What more do you guys need? What more information do you need? Next slide. Then there's straw man arguments. What is a straw man argument? A straw man argument is an informal fallacy based on misrepresentation of opponents' positions. These guys have made a misrepresentation of my position. Polight said that myself and Hashar, we are telling you that you must read the King James Bible. I would like for him to produce one video, just one, where I said that. I never said that. Because I understand that there is no translation that is equal to the Hebrew. I already said that. However, Guess what? I'm standing here today before you because of the King James Version Bible. Because I, being raised up from a small child up, was raised in church when they read the King James Version Bible. And when I first encountered an Israelite on the street, they were reading from the King James Version Bible. So I'm standing here before you because of that translation. However, I never told you that that's the only translation you should read. So he's putting words in my mouth. That's called a straw man argument. Next slide. Now let's get down to this, right? The man said, page 5, start from page 5. So I'm gonna start from page 5. Why not? You should always read a book's preface. The reason why you should read the preface of a book is because the preface tells you the author's intention for writing the book. So when somebody stands before you and tells you that somebody was scared of fairies, that's why they wrote the book. You know how you can tell if that's true or false? By reading the preface. Read the beginning of the book, and the beginning of the book will tell you everything you need to know about why the book was written in the first place. So now I'm going to allow you, King James, to tell you why he wrote this book, Demonolgy. Because at the debate, if you notice, Polight held up the book. Demonolgy, Demonolgy, Demonolgy. But he didn't open the book in front of you. I'm actually going to go into the book and show you what's actually in the book. That's the difference between me and him. I'm not afraid to give you information. Polight is afraid to give you information. Now, page 5, it says, the author usually gives you the intent behind the publication of said book. On page 5, the last 4 sentences. By the way, again, I told you this book is less than $20 on Amazon.com. I would advise everybody to get it, if you can. Right? My intention in this labor is only to prove 2 things, as I have said. The one, that such devilish arts, talking about witchcraft, have been and are. Meaning witchcraft has been around for many years, and it was during his time. The other, what exact trial and severe punishment they merit. Meaning that he was saying that what punishment should witches get during this time. That's all this book was written for. It wasn't written because he was scared of some goddamn Diana and fairies, all that garbage. That's Polight added that in this garbage, all right? Note that on page 2, King James played a prominent role in some of the witch trials. I'm gonna show you why in a second. Next slide. Brother Malak, next slide. All right? Now, this is a message to the reader. This is on page 92. By the way, brothers and sisters, page 92 is the end of the book. So, if you see somebody presenting about page 116 in this book, page 92 is the last page of the book. If anybody in the audience thinks that I'm lying, I have the book over there in the corner. I have it over there. I can show you all the highlighted pages. I have it over there. So I'm not just talking. Right? Now, check this out, right? Page 92. But to answer such, let this suffice. That first, it is well known that the king is a child and servant of God, and that they, talking about the witches, but servants to the devil. He is the Lord's anointed, and they, but vessels of God's wrath. He is a true Christian and trusted in God, but they, talking about the witches, that are infidels, for they only trust in the devil. But hereby it seemeth that his highness carried a magnanimous and undaunted mind, not feared with enchantments. Let me say that again. Not feared with enchantments. Let me say that one more time. Not feared with enchantments. But Polight said in this book he was afraid of fairies. Is that what the book says? No. Is that what the book says? If you think I'm lying, I have the copy over there. I ain't afraid to show it to you. Not feared with enchantments, but resolute in this, that so long as God is with him, he feareth not. Who is against him? Does that sound like what Polight presented to you, brothers and sisters, on February 8th? Is anybody in the audience think I'm lying? Should I pull the book out now? Does anybody think I'm lying?
We believe you are.
So now I'm going to ask you, brothers and sisters, a question. When Polight presents information, and these guys are talking about doing another debate, when Polight presents information, should you believe him? Should you believe him? No. Should you believe him? No. Why? Because he's a damn liar. Because unlike him, I'm going to put the information up on the screen, man. So wait a minute. If Polight lied about what he said on February 8th, my question to you is how the hell did they win the debate? How the hell did they win the debate? And he was lying. Next slide. I got a problem. I got a little passionate, man. Y'all see the screen, right? It says what? It says sleight of men, magic tricks, sorcery. These guys are using that old hocus pocus on people. So be very, 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 very careful. Next slide. Now,
I got it if you want me to.
Since he spoke about the witches, I'm going to tell you the real reason why King James had a problem with the witches. Again, I'm not standing here to defend the King James Bible. That's not why I'm doing this. But there is a conspiracy to destroy all Bibles. And the King James Bible is one of the most popular translations that's out there. And a lot of people, they believe a lot of this garbage. And when they move away from the King James Bible, they don't just move away from the King James Bible, they move away from all Bibles. They don't want to hear nothing about no Bibles. So it's our job to defend all Bibles. All of them. Every translation. Every copy. The Torah, the Septuagint.
That's right! Get him!
All of them.
That's right!
All of them. I don't give a damn. Now, let's get back to the information, right? And by the way, this is what you call a primary source, because the king himself wrote this. So I didn't make this up. Let's go. Witches plot to poison King James, page 83. She confessed that she took a black toad and did hang the same up by the heels 3 days and collected and gathered the venom from the black toad as it dropped and fell from it into an oyster shell. And she kept the same venom close covered until she could obtain any part or piece of foul linen that had appertained to the king's majesty, as a shirt, a handkerchief, a napkin, or any other thing, which she practiced to obtain by means of John Currs, who being attendant in his king's majesty, desired him for old acquaintance between them, to help her to one or a piece of such cloth, which thing the said John Currs denied to help her. Let me help you understand what that's saying in case you don't. The reason why King James had a problem with the witches was not because he was scared of witches. We just read that he didn't fear nothing. The reason why he had a problem with the witches is the same reason why he had a problem with the Jesuits. Because the witches, just like the Jesuits, they were plotting to kill him. Does everybody see that? Yeah. Does everybody see that? Yeah. What they were trying to do, they were trying to get a shirt or a handkerchief or a piece of napkin, and they would poison it. And they would give it back to him, and he would put it on, and they would kill him. That's why he was killing the witches. That is why he was killing the witches. Now what Polight said, that is why he was killing the witches. Why didn't he open the book and show y'all that?
Right.
Because he's a coward, man.
That's right.
He's a coward. All he wanted to do was put my face up on the screen to get a few cheap applauses and a few cheap laughs. But Polight is not a scholar. I'm saying that Polight is not a scholar. And if you think that he won the debate based on that garbage information he presented, you are delusional. Next slide.
Get him, Dan!
I need a time check. I don't want to go over my time, boss. Let me know. Because you know me, man. I'll just go on and on and on. Now, next slide. Now we can understand the statement of Better that was in the Basilicon Doron, another primary source. Instructions to be merciful with exceptions, page 83. But as the severe justice of yours upon all offenses would be but for a time, as I've already said, so is there some horrible crimes that you are bound in conscience never to forgive. These are instructions that he gave his son. He was bound in conscience, his son, Charles I, was bound in conscience never to forgive certain crimes, such as witchcraft. Why did he tell his son not to forgive witchcraft? Because the witches were trying to kill him. So he told his sons, look, they was trying to kill me, don't forgive them. Willful murder, incest, especially degrees of consanguinity, sodomy, and poisoning. How were the witches trying to kill him? Let me see who's listening, who's paying attention. How were the witches trying to kill him?
Poisoning!
Witches trying to kill him.
Poisoning!
Now, Dan, y'all He don't know no history. He don't know scholarship. Them Hebrews don't know no history. They don't know no scholarship. Well, these dudes is lying like hell, man. If you believe them, you are out of your mind. Next slide. Again, same thing. Sleight of hand, magic tricks, hocus pocus. You get the drift. Next slide.
Yeah, right there. Right there.
Now, how many of you know this? To join New Covenant, let me make sure I'm on camera.
Yeah,
So
I heard
I'm
that.
behind it.
That's what I heard.
What I say. Polight has a problem with me. My camp sets up on 149th Street.
That's right.
Every Saturday.
That's right. We there, baby.
To join New Covenant, the inner core of New Covenant, you gotta be jumped in like a gang initiation. How many of y'all knew that?
Wow.
Well, you know that today. Now, A-Pepper's gonna be mad. He wasn't supposed to tell people that. Well, goddamn, Polight is mad about every goddamn thing, so get mad about that. To join New Covenant, you must be jumped in like if you're in a gang. Now, what truth do you know? What truth is there in the world where you have to be jumped in to get the truth? What kind of garbage is that, man?
Right.
I have a camp called Lions of Israel. We're affiliated here in New York, and we're in Pittsburgh. Yo, has anybody in my camp had to be jumped in to get into the inner circle?
Never.
Has anybody had to be jumped in to get rank in my camp?
Hell no.
But you have to be jumped into New Covenant, man. But it's the truth. And you have simple so-called blacks and Hispanics that actually fall for this garbage, man. Next slide.
Wow.
So we're going to give the Donkey of the Day award. If you're from New York, if you're from New York,
Pussy ass nigga. That little bitch nigga.
Donkey of the Day award to Brother Polight. I'm going to give him the Donkey of the Day award because you have to be a donkey. You have to be an ass to lie about a book that costs $20, man. Damn! I wish you'd have lied about a book that costs $1,000 this year. God, you away with it. Next slide. Now we have our brother Jonathan. We gotta talk about Jonathan, the Magi, right? The Magi made a video where he attacked my brother, Nasi Yashubel, and he mocked Nasi about the fact that Nasi used a homosexual source in his debate against Sarasota Zeddy. That's out of one side of his mouth. But out the other side of his mouth, when nobody was looking, on Facebook, check this out. He says, LOL, because somebody called him on his bluff. He used a source called Parkinson, and Parkinson is a homosexual. LOL, so what if Parkinson is gay?
Oh, ho, ho.
Wait a minute.
Suspect.
On his Smash Rockwell channel, you talk, giving y'all a link now. On his Smash Rockwell page on YouTube, he made a video mocking Nasi Yashubel for using a homosexual source. That's what he did in public. But behind the scenes,
Suspect.
So what if Parkinson's is gay? So what? You know, he's mocked my brother for using a homosexual source, so you a goddamn hypocrite, man. So what if Parkinson's is gay? His work is not biased. He says there was no homosexuality there if you would read the docs you post. So this is hypocrisy, as usual with the Kemetic community. These guys are hypocrites, and I don't want to stay too long because my time is running out. Next slide.
Kill him, Dan.
Well, listen, people are disappointed with the Amara squad. They're disappointed in you because you guys talk all this garbage about scholarship, but I'm reading the comments, and the people are disappointed. Because you guys claim to be scholars, but then you're talking out of both sides of your mouth, man. We don't do that in the Hebrew community. We say what we mean, and we mean what we say, and we stick with that. That's it. Next slide. Now we're going to switch topics a little bit, right? I didn't have time to put the video in because I have a limited amount of time. So, listen, don't trust me. Don't trust me. Don't trust me. Don't. Because you see that a lot of people in the conscious community are lying. So please don't trust me. I want you to go and I want you to watch the video that our brother Polight did called The Extirpation. They tried to kill us, but in turn they killed themselves. And our brother Polight said that Nasi and Zion Lex The fact that they disagreed, about when Abraham existed, that does not happen in the Kemetic community. Now, Nasi and Zion Lex, they disagreed by a couple of 100 years. Polight said that does not exist in the Kemetic community. Let's see. Lowering the dates of the first dynasty. These are the Egyptologists, the scholars, by which a lot of our modern day Egyptologists, they base their scholarship on. So let's start. This is from a book called Gods, Graves, and Scholars by C.W. Serra. I would advise you, brothers and sisters, to go get this book. It's very cheap on Amazon.com. Champollion dated the first dynasty of Egypt as 558-67 BC. Then the source said, no. The first dynasty was actually 5770 BC. Then Bach came along and said, no. The first dynasty was 5702. Then Unger came along and said, no. The first dynasty was 5613. Then Mariette came along and said, no, it's 5004 BC. Then Brooks came along and said, no, all that was wrong. It was 4455 BC. Then Lauf came along and said, no. It was actually 4157 BC. Then Thomas came along and said, no.
That's right.
No, it was 4000 BC. Then Lapsies came along and said, no, it was 3890 BC. Then Brunson came along and said, no, it was 3623 BC. Then Preston, who our brother Shaka loves Preston. He loves Preston, right? Preston said that it was 3400 BC. Y'all see something wrong with this?
Get him!
I thought they don't do this in Kemet. Next slide, Malak, let's go. Then George Steindorf said it's 3200 BC. Then Edward Meyer said it's 3180 BC. Then Wilkinson said it's 2320 BC. Then Palmer said it's 2224 BC. At the present time, the earliest of the Egyptian dates is considered to be circa, around, which means they guessed it, they don't know, around 3100 BC, with some considering 2900 a better date. In the course of a single century, which is 100 years, research the earliest dates in the Egyptian history, the unification of Egypt has plummeted from 5687 BC, pardon my typo, 5687 BC to 2900 BC, and not even the latter date has been established beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I thought you guys said you don't do that in Kemet, you goddamn liar. Do we even have any firm dates at all? And that quote, this quote with all the dates I'm giving you, is from a book called The Hittites, page 104 by Johannes Lehman. Let's go.
Get him!
Got 5 slides, let's go. Masterminds of the Bible destruction. I gotta go quick now. Masterminds of the conspiracy against the Bible. You've heard these names before. The Rockefellers, the Morgans, the Warburgs, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, and the ships.
That's right!
Pay attention to the ships. Their theology or their concept was this. Through fragmentation and divide and conquer tactics, they would destroy Judaism, which would ultimately destroy the Bible. Why did they decide to destroy Judaism? They decided to destroy Judaism because the so-called white man who calls himself a Jew is in control of all the archaeology. So, listen, hold on. So if the white man who calls himself a Jew says Moses never existed, dumb Negroes in Harlem will say Moses never existed. If the so-called white man that calls himself a Jew said that Moses never existed, dumb so-called Negroes in Harlem will go along with that. Next slide, let's go, I ain't got much time. The prophecy in Psalm 64 is in full effect, verse 8. So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee. If you don't understand what that means, I'll break it down to you. When someone's tongue falls upon themselves, that means they're telling on themselves. And so-called white scholars are telling. They're telling about the conspiracy to destroy the Bible by the so-called white man.
That's right.
Rogue scholars and historians are revealing secrets that have been hidden for ages. Next slide. The Schiff family of Reformed Judaism. Listen good, because I don't have much time. I'm speaking. I'll do longer presentations and more in depth on this in the future. Jacob Schiff, understand that, one of the top families of the Illuminati. Jacob Schiff hand-selected Abraham Geiger to establish Reform Judaism. What is Reform Judaism? Reform Judaism, in its inception, believes the Torah was man-made and it could be rejected with impunity, only retaining the universal values of Judaism. Thus we get our Israel Finkelsteins, which Shaka loves to quote.
Right.
These guys have been strategically placed in universities and as scholars and as leaders of archaeological teams.
That's right, boy.
To say things like Moses didn't exist. To say things like the Exodus never happened. To say things like King David never existed. They've been strategically placed there. Y'all better learn this. Next slide. The goal was to bring Judaism to a complete rejection of the divine origin of the Torah. So when you hear somebody saying that they're a Reformed Jew, the Reformed Judaism was set up to destroy the Bible. Plain and simple. Next slide. The Reform movement embraces anti-Torah values like abortion, right? Like homosexuality, because there's gay rabbis in that movement. Adultery, anti-capital punishment, etc. Let's go. Next slide. The conservative movement, you heard about that, right? The conservative Jewish movement was created by another poet named Rabbi Zechariah Frankel. The conservative movement believes that the critical treatment of religious documents, talking about our Torah scrolls, they believe in being critical of our scrolls, and thus can never accept the Torah as being of divine scholarship. They wish to conserve religious practices for cultural purposes and other reasons. Zechariah Frankel was committed to historical criticism of Judaism. So this so-called white Jew, this fake Jew, was put in a position where he would stay there, he would say that he's a Jew, but then he would criticize the Bible, and dumb Negroes in Harlem would quote him, but he has a PhD. Right. I only do with the PhD. I only do with the PhD.
Right.
Next slide. The Bible Destruction Group, this is my last slide. This is the most important slide of everything I said. And brothers and sisters, I apologize for going so fast because I'm not really being as thorough as I could be, but there's a lot of powerful speakers behind me, so I gotta make sure they get their turn. All right? The Bible Destruction Group, you can Google this existed. They existed for 50 years. They were established in 1776 and they disbanded in 1826. Now I need y'all to understand something. 1776 is one famous date.
Independence Day. Work with Illuminati.
Independence Day.
Somebody just said it. Who said it?
Work with Illuminati.
Independence Day.
Again, King, stand up. That's my captain. That's my captain. Say it again.
Officer.
That's my officer. Say it again.
Independence Day.
What is it?
Independence Day.
What is it?
Independence Day.
It was established. That's the date y'all get. 1776. Well, guess what? The Bible Destruction Group is also founded in 1776. Right. Y'all want to know why? Because the so-called white man here in America, he knew who we were. And if he did not set out from the outset of this country to destroy the Bible, he knew that one day, all of you would return to your true nationality. That's what's happening. They knew that. So when they established this country in 1776, they also established a destruction of the Bible because they did not want you to return. But I got bad news for you. I'm looking in this room. We have returned.
That's right.
Hold that shit up!
Hold that shit up! Hold that shit up!
I ain't got much time. Let's go. No, go back on the slide. It's a lot. You gotta read this, even if I don't get to the rest of it. Carl Anton, remember this name, look him up. He graduated from Eibschultz Yeshiva. He occupied a chair as professor of Hebrew at Helmstedt. After graduating from Yeshiva, he converted to Christianity because he didn't want y'all to know he was a so-called Jew. Because after they conquered Judaism, the next bastion of destroying the Bible was to destroy Christianity. So he converted to Christianity. Anton's mission was so sensitive that he's not mentioned as being a Jew in the Jewish encyclopedia. Carl Anton's mission was as follows. Develop a closed circle of intellectuals, meaning you couldn't get in unless they let you in, and you had to believe what they believed. A closed circle of intellectuals, mainly academics, who would occupy chairs at leading universities. So when you're telling me about universities and PhDs and all stuff like that, those guys are hand-selected, and they must be about destroying the Bible. Now, put itself in a position to control information, vital to Bible studies. That is, it's Scholastic publications, anything about the Bible is scholastic, the Bible Instruction Group controls that. That's why they say, well, we don't know if the Exodus really happened. And we never find any records in the 18th dynasty. That's because the Exodus did not happen in the 18th dynasty. How about that? Now, libraries. That's where you get your information. The Bible Instruction Group controls libraries. So there's certain books you can't take out the library.
Right.
Certain books you don't have access to.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret, right? In preparing for this debate, Brother Polight uses Mason card. How many of y'all know that? Those of us that's on the Hebrew team, we know that. Polight used his Masonic card and went into Masonic libraries that the rest of us don't have access to. How about that? Because these guys are controlling information. So he's in there reading information that validates what we believe that they're hiding from you. Next slide. Sorry. Enhance and promote career advancement of the Biblical Instruction Group members. So they're looking to advance certain members to positions of prominence in libraries and archives and publications that are committed to destroying the Bible. Self-perpetuation, i.e. every member must produce at least one replacement for himself in his lifetime. Meaning that if I'm about to retire, before I retire, I have to bring somebody in to take my place that's going to continue on my work to destroy the Bible. This is a fact. The Bible Instruction Group is a fact. Look it up. It existed from 1776 to 1826. Next and last slide. Let's go. So now, I want to say this, right? I have some questions for the conscious community. If the Bible is a fairy tale, like those books over there, please answer the following questions. Why have there been attempts to assassinate both in character and physically people who had the Bible translated? Can anybody in the Kemetic community produce for me one document that shows that anybody that tried to have the pyramid text translated, anybody that tried to have the coffin text translated, how many of them had attempts made on their life? I'm waiting. None of them. But they always trying to kill people who translate the Bible. King James, they tried to kill him. How many of y'all know who Erasmus is? Raise your hand. Man, y'all brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to be funny. Y'all gotta study, man. Erasmus is responsible for the Textus Receptus. The Textus Receptus is what was used in the King James Bible to translate the New Testament. Scholars tell you that Erasmus was a homosexual. I'm here to tell you that's a goddamn lie. And I will destroy it like I destroyed other garbage that shot.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Why was there one B? Were there any attempts to assassinate those who translated the pyramid and coffin text? I think we all agree that never happened. Why would they try to kill people who translate the Bible if the Bible's a fairy tale? Does that make sense? It don't make sense to me. 2, why was the BDG, the Bible Instruction Group, created in 1776? Because this is a historical fact that there was such a group called the Bible Instruction Group. But why would they create something like that for a fairy tale? I don't remember them creating a Peter Pan Instruction Group. Was there a PTG group? In other words, a Pyramid Text Instruction Group in history? No. Or was there a CTG group, a Coffin Text Instruction Group? Or one for all the other fairy tales that have been written, like Peter Pan, Cinderella, Snow White, Mickey Mouse? Was there an instruction group for those? No, but there was an instruction group for the Bible. But the Bible is a myth. Y'all see the hypocrisy?
Right.
See that?
Absolutely.
I know I gotta come down, brother. We gotta do more too, brothers and sisters. Please, brothers and sisters, study these guys. Westcott and Hort, they are responsible for the revised standard version of the Bible. These guys believe in evolution. These guys believed in Charles Darwin. Now, my man, I'm not going to mention no names. This is Divine looking like to mention no names. This is about Hebrew. I ain't going to mention no names. But there's a guy that purports to be a scholar in the Kemetic community. So he and I was having a conversation. And he asked me, he said, "Brother, do you know about Westcott and Hort?" I'm like, "Brother, yes, I do." See, you guys think the Hebrews don't study. We study. We study. I can have a conversation with anybody. I don't care if you have a PhD. I don't care if you have a master's degree. I can have a conversation with anybody about the subject. And I'm telling you that these guys are members of the Bible Instruction Group. How about that? And with that, I'm going to come down. Mr. Boss Clapton.
Shalom!
One more time, come on, Shalom!
Oh, yes, shalom!
up another kingdom that shall never be destroyed. So-called white man is ruling, but we coming back as a nation. Look